Hello everyone, we're back with another stream, and today we're doing something pretty special. We're doing something very based. Today we're about to rank a lot of these movies, and we're gonna be putting them into tiers. This is basically a list of the IMDb top 250 movies that we're gonna be putting into tier list. And here's the thing: I've watched all of them, 250 of them. Well, actually, that has changed to 249 recently because they just added in a couple of days ago. I'm still here in the list, so I have to watch that as well. But I'll watch it. This is the part one because we cannot finish that many movies in one day, because I'll have to be yapping on a lot of them. It's important that we, leave a little bit of buffer zone. So, all right, Boss Baby has tier. Boss Baby is in the list. Unfortunately, it kind of sucks. Hold on, fellas. There we go. We gotta put up some music, guys. Ah, shit. Hold on, guys. I'm doing stuff. I'm doing stuff. There it is. Alright, there's the background music. Alright. Let's begin. Hereditary the most over. Where are you guys seeing Hereditary? I don't know if seeing Hereditary so far. The thumbnail fit good repack. It is. It is the thumbnail fit good repack. So this is currently randomized. Okay. I can actually explain to the tiers first. So at the top we have Morbius. In the Morbius category we have, of course, Morbius. We have Fantastic Four, because of course we wouldn't be here in cinema without Fantastic Four, and I'm talking about the 2015 one. Gotta say, it's fantastic, and please do not try to say that again in the comments because it's a copyrighted material. Then we got Madame Web, beautiful movie. Then we got Craven the Hunter, and hold on. And we've also got after that the tier list, because Morbius is the top tier of cinema. We cannot top Morbius. Then we've got Ambatu Kam. Hold on. I'm doing stuff, guys. Where the fuck is it? There it is. So Ambatu Kam is at the top. When you hear that sound effect, you'll know that this is about to come. Then we've got Hood Classic, the certified Hood Classic category.
This is a certified Hood Classic,
which is like it falls into the 9 out of 10. Joss Whedon Justice League is peak Morbius tier. We've got a Snyder bot here, guys. After that, we've got Nice. When you get to know that is a nice movie. Then it's alright. It's a bit of a mid movie. It's
alright, like
it's a bit of a mid movie, And then we've got Fart. If it's a fart movie, it's like fart. It's not bad, but it's pretty close to being bad. It's fart. What's close to poop? Fart. That's why we got the fart category. Then we got Stinky Poopy. Of course, from SpongeBob we got the Stinky Poopy. And then after that is if it's really bad, the movie is trash, it goes in the Get Out category. It's a Get Out category. And so the movies ranking is here. It's randomized. Okay, so because I didn't want to put in like start from 1 or start from 250, I want to randomized things, so everything is just mixed up. So that's gonna be it's gonna be pretty interesting. Are you gonna play the sounds each time you plays a movie? Yes, it is important. That's why I've set up the soundboard. I'm gonna play it every single time. I'm even gonna play it right now. I'm gonna play it right now as well. All right, let's begin. Let's begin. First up, Wall E, Wall E, or Eva. So this is a good movie. It's a pretty good animated movie. Um, I have to yap. I have to yap. I recently rewatched this movie again. Before that, I'd rated it, I guess, 6, 7 out of 10 because I had forgotten what the movie was like. But it's a good movie. It kind of really, shows, especially in the current modern era, you've got the AI kind of coming in. You've got the we want to leave the space. Elon Musk type of guy. So it's kind of relatable in the modern era. And here's another thing that I noticed. I don't know if this movie came out in like 2008. Portal came out in 2007. I see a lot of similarities between the two, Portal and Wall-E, especially if you compare Otto the robot. They both are pretty much the same. The Portal ones and Otto it's pretty similar. So this is going in the where is this going? This is going in the it's going in the nice category. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's not hood classic, but it's good. We're gonna start with a good. It's a nice movie. We're gonna start with that. You're in back rooms. I am in back rooms. Next up, Amores Perros. Now this is a Mexican movie. Some people call it a Mexican Pulp Fiction because there's some similarities between the two, between Pulp Fiction and this movie. Except that in Pulp Fiction, you've got 3 or 4 characters. John Travolta. I don't remember the name of the characters, but there's John Travolta, there's Bruce Willis, there's Samuel L. Jackson character. These three characters' stories are kind of explored. So, but all of them are kind of connected, like very much interconnected. This movie, they're all kind of separated in between, but they're kind of connected with an accident in between. So the first story is basically, and all of them have a correlation: dog. All of them like dogs. There's no Chinese in the movie, which is weird because a movie about dogs should have Chinese. But this does not have any Chinese because in the start of the movie they're all fighting. The dogs are fighting. The dog fight story is pretty good. I really like that one. And then there's second story, which is after the accident, which is basically about a woman who due to the accident loses legs, and it's kind of got like a I don't know what it's called. What's it called? Domino effect. Yes, it's got a bit of a domino effect to it. It's a bit of a mid. The second story, the third story pretty much strikes pretty well. The ending is pretty good, and it kind of the third one, which you feel like it's not that important of a character, gives a pretty solid of a story. So Amores Perros, I think is gonna go into, put it up there. This is going in the hood classic.
This is a certified hood classic.
What did I say? The hood classic is 90% in the thumbnail. She's also here. No, she's also here. There's that. You cannot avoid the Fit Cut repack. The what is very good? Didn't say the N word. Come on, don't throw that shit on me. I wouldn't say that. Next up, the apartment. Now, this is this part of the movie is basically there's this guy uh, who basically has an apartment, and I mean he's obviously renting the apartment, and he rents it out to other people to do haram stuff in his apartment. He gets paid for it because he's not doing any haram stuff because he's bitchless just like us. But one day he finds someone. He finds someone, and now he has to do her. But his apartment is being used by another person, so there's a bit of a confusion that what the fuck is going on. So it's a comedy movie. It's a comedy romance movie. It's been some time since I watched it. It's like I last watched it in 1960. Yes, I've been here that long. But it's an alright movie. That's why I think it's going to go into the.
I mean, it's alright, like.
Sorry, wrong. What didn't stop? Okay, so the apartment is at. I mean, it's alright category. And then we have Die Hard. I'm hard. I got hard because of this movie. Another day to die hard. This is the first one of the whole series, and I haven't seen the rest of them. I haven't seen Die Hard 2. I haven't seen Die Hard 3. But this one pretty much smashes. This one, you know, I mean, the Christmas movies it's pretty special, and I think one of the best action movies that have existed. It's entertaining, it's fun, and Alan Rickman's character was really amazing. Uh, like it was, he did a pretty good job. He did a pretty good job in that movie, and the fact that they've got two towers and a helicopter. Two towers are exploding, and then there's a helicopter. You know, it really gives an idea to a lot of people. I don't know what kind of people it can give an idea to, but you know, maybe the poster can give a bit of an idea. You know, Bruce Willis. I mean, he's suffering from. I guess he's suffering from dementia right now. So, wishing the best of health to him. The dude is badass. Bro was wearing a vest. Bro was wearing like a fucking vest, and he was killing it, man. But all right, Die Hard goes into the movie goes hard, so that's why it should be in the hood classic category.
This is a certified hood classic.
Certified hood classic, guys. So far it's looking good. Next up, the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is a certified Western movie. It's got the good, it's got the bad, and it's got the ugly. And I think I've shown it as use it as an inspiration. I don't think this is the correct poster. Hold on, let me whip out the real poster of the movie that I think I used in a meme. Hold on. Let me find it out. Which one was it? Let me find it out. Yep, I'm going on YouTube to find it. Yeah, there it is. But this is a real poster of the movie. You know, this is actually the one. You got the good, the PewDiePie, We've got the bad, which is Cupcake Enjoyer, and then we got the ugly. It's a dream. Why is he here? Why is he the ugly? I'm not judging again. But the good and the bad and the ugly in the movie. Uh, it's it's one of the best Western movies, and there's a lot of Sergio Leone's movies as well that I think have got excellent set pieces. They've got some really good scenes. The scenes are amazing. A lot of the scenes are really amazing. The music is just beautiful, and a lot of Sergio Leone's movies have that pattern. With this one, scenes are great. Music is great. The thing that kind of pushes it back is it's got filler sequences. Like some of the things are not needed. It just goes on a little bit too long. There's this whole sequence in right before the ending. There's a sequence of they're in the middle of the civil war. They're helping this general or something. Like that didn't help the movie. And it was just 15, 20, 30 minutes long. It was just 30 minutes long that was wasted. So it kind of breaks the momentum, and this is what I kind of dislike about Sergio Leone's work, that he adds in a lot of filler in the movies. So, but the ending scene, the ending stand shootout scene, like bro, that is one of the best cinema, one of the best things cinema has seen, one of the best. So, where are we gonna put this? We're gonna put it in. The bad and the ugly is gonna go into nice. Nice. It's a good movie. Alright. Alright, next up, How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon. Weird name, Dragon. I'm not really sure what dragon means, but it's a weird name, Dragon. So I recently rewatched this movie as well. It's a pretty good movie actually. Like in the Pixar movies, I think it's one of the best. It's the I mean it is a children movie, yes, and I'm not a child, but I watched it and I enjoyed it. The dragon was like, the dragon was pretty cute, but the movie was pretty good. It was enjoyable. The pacing was pretty good of the movie. I think the soundtrack was really really good, and it wasn't. I didn't feel any bored at any point. So this is going into the. This is going straight in. This is a certified.
This is a certified hood classic.
This is a certified hood classic. Now you might be thinking no movie has ever so far gotten Amba to come. It's very difficult to get Amba to come. It's very difficult. So you guys are not gonna see a lot of movies getting the Amba to come. There's only 8 movies that will be getting that. Only 8. You'll see which one is of them is next up. Before Sunrise. Now I'm a YouTuber. I'm a meme channel owner, and as a meme channel owner, I also own a Discord server. So you just know that I've got 0 chances of getting a girl, and I'm absolutely bitchless. And so I see this movie, and I'm like, this is a great fiction, science fiction at that, because well, I am bitchless, so I'm not. I mean, I couldn't relate to a lot of it. But this one, Before Sunrise, I've seen Before Sunset as well, the second part of it, which I felt was better than Before Sunrise. This one is okay. I think it just it's a bit boring. It gets a bit boring at some point. Like it's a lot of talking and a lot of and not a lot of fucking. No, not I didn't want fucking, but yeah, it's a decent movie. It's an alright. It's alright. We'll put it in the alright category. But then again, I got somebody who's probably not bitchless would like this movie, but
I mean, it's alright. Like,
it's alright. It's alright. Next up, Psycho. Alfred Hitchcock's movie. I think it is probably the best Hitchcock movie. He's got a weird name, Hitchcock. Very heavy emphasis. He usually used to say Alfred Hitchcock. He used to have a very strong emphasis on the cock. Not a lot of emphasis on the hitch. But the cock is very important. And the Psycho. It's a pretty good movie. It's got a pretty good thriller in it. It's kind of a horror movie, and I think they also remade it in like 1990s or something, which was an ass kind of a remake of it. But they did remake this movie. It's weird because, of course, you made a movie of Hitchcock, and you shouldn't remake that. But Psycho, it's a pretty good thriller movie. I think I would recommend to you guys as well to watch it. There's a shower scene in it. She dies in the shower, but there is a shower scene, so you guys might like it. But let's put it in the. Norman Bates was really good. Norman Bates was a pretty iconic character. This is going in the absolute
This is a certified hood classic.
certified classic, guys. Only viewer, but time to subscribe. Damn. The fall off is real. The fall off is real. Next up, Oldboy. Now, Oldboy is a movie a lot of people love to recommend to other people. And it's a good movie. It's a good movie. The starting the fight scene is really based. I'm even listening to Korean music in the background, so it's really giving a different effect to talking about Oldboy. There were not a lot of old boys in the movie, but it's a good movie. Um, the whole he kind of goes into this whole journey of finding the guy who kidnapped him for so many years. I'm not talking about the plot of any movie, which is weird, and I should be. So basically, the plot of this movie is that a guy gets kidnapped out of nowhere, and after like 20, 30 years, maybe he gets he gets out of the prison. He doesn't know why he was kidnapped. He doesn't know why he's being released, but he's just out there now, and now he has to figure out what is going on. And he finds some people. He eventually finds out what happens. And but yeah, it's a kind of an investigative movie, but good movie. It's a good movie. I cannot tell you what happens in the movie because it would spoil it. But I'll just put it in the tier ranking. Going in the good category. It is a good movie, but it's a little bit overrated, I would say. Next up, The Lion King. The Lion King, one of the first kind of obviously one of the first animated movies that got pretty popular. So Lion King, I gotta talk about, especially when you talk about Lion King. I found Mufasa's death scene really sexually arousing. So when Scar pierces Mufasa's paws and he cries for help, I can feel the blood from her body slowly make its way down to my penis, which screams in lustful harmony as Mufasa cries out in pain. And then he lies on the floor, dead and still, as if he were a silent woman laying on her bed, fully nude. Place yourself in the position of Simba, the man who once dominated you in everyday life, now lies, unable to be dominated. It is a dream of every sub to be the dom for once. Then Simba approaches his dead father and begins with small, weak, and subordinate, yet at this moment powerful paw. He begins grazing against Mufasa's soft belt. Then he cries, What am I reading? What am I reading? This is the worst copy pasta I've ever read. I just copied it and didn't realize how bad it was. Like, bro. That is bad. That is bad. Nala is hot. Nala is hot. 9 out of 10. Definitely. This is going in the certified hood classic. Definitely.
This is a certified hood classic.
The Lion King hood classic. And so far, this is what we've got so far. It's looking good. It's looking good. It's looking decent. Next up, The Wages of Fear. We got 2 French movies altogether. That's pretty good. Wages of Fear. It's a French movie. I think it's a French movie. It's got a lot of languages in the movie. I'm not sure if it's French. Hold on. Let me check. Wages of Fear is a French movie. It is a French. It is English, Spanish, French, German, Russian, Italian. There's a lot of languages being spoken in here. With The Wages of Fear. So it's about some guys who are basically stuck somewhere in a South American village, and they want to get out of there. They want to go back to France, but they can't do that because they don't have any money. They've gotten stuck there, so they need money, and the only way, and they get a deal. They get a kind of contract that they need to carry. They need to drive a truck full of explosives to the top of a mountain. They need to ship it somewhere, not at the top of a mountain. They need to ship it somewhere to a factory. And it's a suicide mission. Everyone knows that, but they still decide to because they're valuing money over their life. And it's a good movie. Kind of shows like the whole that you're willing to sacrifice your life for money, and it shows that perspective. It shows that human perspective, that the kind of a greediness perspective as well, and it works well. The movie is pretty thriller. There's a lot of scenes in which a lot of times you're just waiting. Oh, okay, it's gonna explode at some point, and it just keeps you on the edge of your seat. Good movie. It kind of does that, delivers that. So I'm gonna put that in the nice category. Next up, we've got the Fit Girl movie. The Fit Girl movie is here. Fit Girl movie is finally here. Amelie. Now, what even happens in Amelie? To be honest, nobody who has been using Fit Girl Reback has ever actually seen Amelie, but she is the most recognizable and the most the greatest woman that has ever existed. It's basically about a woman. It's a French movie, by the way, so it kind of gets cringe, but it's about a woman who's lives in who's a kind of an introverted person, and who kind of lives in this imaginative world. And she also kind of likes to help people, and the way she helps people is by cracking video games, and that's how she brings a joy in people's life. And That's why she's such a great woman. If I had to rank between Mona Lisa and Amelie, I would choose Amelie because she's the one who's cracking so many games. So she gets the respect for it. She gets the respect for it. I will reback. I will reback. This movie deserves to be rebacked. So Amelie, or the Fit Girl movie, the Fit Girl reback, is going into nice category. Good, we'll put it in a nice category. Next up, Django. We got the first Tarantino movie in the list so far, and this one is, in my opinion, the greatest, the best Western movie, and the best Tarantino movie. You know, I've seen a lot of the Western movies as well before this. I've seen spaghetti westerns like the Dollars trilogy, A Fistful of Dollars, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Few dollars more. I've seen Once Upon a Time in the West. I've seen Unforgiven. Django kind of connects a bit more. Django does the job really well because, unlike a lot of the previous movies, I think this one is a proper Western movie there, because there's like two different type of genres of westerns. There's like Western, where there's a good versus bad, and then there's the anti-Western, where there's like a anti-hero in the top. And most of the spaghetti westerns that I'm talking about have the anti-Western theme. Aside from, I think, Once Upon a Time in the West. I'm not quite sure about that, if that falls in that one as well. But Django falls in the Western category. It's a pretty good movie. With Django, he's got a much more of an emotional and personal reason to doing what he's doing. He's obviously he's a black man in the 1800s. It's not easy being a black man in the 1800s, and he gets a chance to kill a white guy, and he takes it, and then eventually he gets a knack for it, and now he feels like he has to save his wife. And a lot of the scenes in the movie are pretty. There's a lot of funny scenes in the movie as well, like how he's how the people in the town are like, what the fuck? Why is a black man riding a horse? And that's what's going on. And even today, if you find a black man who riding a horse, it would be very weird to see that. But this is the 1800s. And the best thing about this movie is that everyone performed. Everyone, I think. DiCaprio's performance was great. Jamie Foxx really, I think Jamie Foxx doesn't get the appreciation, but he does a really good job. And Christoph Waltz is fucking amazing. I think the best one was Samuel Jackson, because he takes the role of a disgusting black man. Hold on, that didn't come out right. I didn't mean that, I didn't mean a disgusting black man. I meant like he was playing a negative black. I didn't mean like black man was disgusting. I need to stop talking. But Samuel Jackson did a pretty good job. I need to stop talking. I need to put this into a category, into a tier. But let's go. Django Unchained is going in. This is a certified hood classic.
This is a certified hood classic.
Django is a hood classic. I think it's probably the best movie of the last decade, of 2010. Next up, we've got The Exorcist. Now, The Exorcist is a horror movie. And when you think about horror movies, it's a typical kind of horror movie. You can see this movie's inspiration in many movies, like literally a lot of horror movies that are today, like the jump scare ones, the Conjuring, the ones that children like. I don't know why they like them, but they do. But Exorcist It's a good horror movie. I think in horror it does a pretty good job in creating pretty freaky ass shit. Some goofy ass shit is going on, but aside from that, what makes it pretty special is like there's a personal journey going on in the Exorcist life as well, which is pretty interesting to watch as well because you don't get to see a lot of that in jump scare horror genre. Exorcist does it pretty good. And one thing which is very weird about the movie, which is like a cliche at this point, that you know, in a lot of horror movies, if a movie starts with azan is basically a Muslim call to prayer. If a movie starts with an azan, you're gonna know that this movie is gonna you're gonna shit your pants while you're gonna watch this movie. This is like a cliche way of the directors to tell that you're gonna shit your pants for watching this movie. A lot of movies do that now. I mean, a lot of horror movies do. The Indonesian movies do a lot of that for some reason. Like every single trailer that has got like the azan in it. Hell yeah, that's oh you gonna shit your pants watching this movie. This is like marketing way to tell people. But where does Exorcist fall in? Exorcist fall in. I'm putting it in. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Next up, The Matrix. The only good Matrix movie. Because I've seen the rest of the ones and they're all trash. And they're making another one and I don't fucking know why. Because it's a trash franchise. The first one was great. Then the rest of them, all of them were fucking shit. Why are they making more? You need to stop, man. Matrix. Wait, are you Indian? Yeah. No, actually, I'm Pakistani, but close enough. Matrix. It's kind of sucks that Andrew Tate really likes this movie, but Matrix is it's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie. I mean, Bharat Mata ki Jai. Bruh. Not my not my anthem, man. But all right, we get it. Matrix is it's a pretty good it's a pretty good action movie, to be honest. Kind of sucks that Tate likes it. But you living in a simulated world. It's weird enough that you kind of think about this movie. You kind of think like, are we living in a simulation or not? But it would be pretty cool if we're living in a simulation. I mean, I would love to live in. If I had to choose which simulation I would love to live in, I would choose Wolfenstein because, well, I would be the first one going into a concentration camp. No, not the first one. There's 6 million more than me that will go there. I need to stop. But Matrix is a pretty solid movie. I'm gonna put this in. Which pill should I choose? I'm gonna put it in a hood classic. It's a hood classic movie. It goes in the hood classic.
This is a certified hood classic.
Hey, it's increasing. 3 of 285,000. So insane. We're getting it. We're getting there. Next up, Rear Window, another Alfred Hitchcock movie. Again, emphasis on the cock, very important. Rear Window. It's got what's this guy's name? Patrick Stewart. I forgot what this guy's name was. Rear Window. It's about a guy who's a cameraman, and he gets injured, and now he has to stay in his apartment, and he doesn't know what the fuck to do. So he just gets up a camera and decides to spy on his neighbors. and he does that, and then finds out that there's some crazy shit going on, and then there's whole thriller of it. And it's a good movie. I think it does a pretty good job in creating that thriller, which a lot of Alfred Hitchcock's movies do. So we're gonna put it in. We're gonna put it in. Nice. Ooh, next up, Some Like It Hot. It's a Marilyn Monroe movie. It's featuring two guys who jobless, who can't do shit, and they decide to dress up as two women to do stuff. That's the premise of the movie. I think they join like a dance club or something. I don't fucking know. It's been a long time since I watched this movie. But it's a comedy movie, and I don't know, this one specifically didn't really, the comedy didn't really fit well. So I'm gonna put it in the first one of the. I think I'm gonna put it in. I think this is gonna go in the fart category. There's a bit of a fart movie because it doesn't really do a great job in making me laugh. Next up, V for Vendetta. Before Dark Knight, we had V for Vendetta. Not because it's as good as that movie, but because it's this is what set up the we live in a society genre. I mean, you would see that mask of Vendetta every fucking where. Everybody would have that, and I think even today, like, that shit is iconic. I'm not gonna lie, that shit is iconic. But the movie itself is like it's a we live in a society movie. It's a very we live in a society movie. Like it's a bit of a bummer. It's a bit of a bummer, to be honest. Some of the sequences were pretty good, but the whole story is just it just isn't that good. And his performances were pretty good though. Hugo Weaving's performance, pretty good. So that's why we're gonna put it in. I mean, it's alright,
I mean, it's alright. Like,
but this is a society movie. If you're living in a society, you need to watch that movie because, you know, if a girl kisses another girl, nobody bats an eye. But if I kiss my homie goodnight, society calls me gay. That's the society we're living in. Next up, Mad Max Fury Road. Okay, so this movie, I don't fucking know what happens in this movie. I don't remember what the story of this movie is, and I don't think anyone remembers what the story of this movie is. But the action is pretty fucking rad. The action is pretty good, and I think even the first Mad Max had a pretty good. The first Mad Max was a good movie as well. This one goes better because now we got more technology. The rest of the two ones that came out after the first one came out in 1979. Then the after that two movies came out in, I don't know, 80s or something. Those were ass. Those were pretty ass movies. This one did come back. I actually saw Furiosa recently in cinema. And again, that was like Mad Max, kind of even more of what the fuck is going on in this movie. But it was something. It was something. But Mad Max first works. It's a good movie. It's enjoyable. I think if you just shut off your brain for a while and just watch this movie, you actually have a good time. It's an enjoyable movie. So we're putting it in. Nice category. Mad Max Fury Road is a woo. Next up, Sherlock Jr. It's pretty good to have. What to do if they call you Pajit? I will. I will. I will launch. I will launch the takeover over India. I will launch that. I will absolutely launch that. Next up, Sherlock Jr. Buster Keaton. Now, Buster Keaton is one of those guys that like you would have Tom Cruise. You would have any other kind of people who do their own stunts. Then say Buster Keaton, who used to do his every single stunt, and I think he almost got killed in one of those movies as well. He survived. I think he had a whole fucking house fall over him, and the door would basically pass over him. And he was depressed at the time, and he wanted to actually kill himself, and that's why he actually wanted to do this stunt, but he survived. So that's pretty fucking crazy. But Buster Keaton, Sherlock Jr. It's a bit of an alright movie. Like, his stunts are pretty good to see, and there's a lot of really good visual effects. But then there's this, the ending is pretty weird. Like that kind of ruins the movie. But yeah, it's a decent movie. It's an alright movie. So I like the genre more than that. So we'll put Sherlock Jr. in. I mean, it's alright. Next up, Full Metal Jacket. This is the one with the screaming sergeant. You would have the yes sergeant, yes. It would have that. It's got Kingpin in it, the Kingpin guy. And Full Metal Jacket is a pretty good movie. Pretty much shows the PTSD, really. It pretty much shows the kind of the PTSD stuff. And 50 out of 100 for me. What's the 50 out of 100? Yeah, Full Metal Jacket is got the training sequences were pretty good. I think the whole part in which you have what's his name, Vincent D'Onofrio. I don't know what was his character name. I forgot the name. Gomer Pyle. So you would have Leonard Gomer Pyle as the sequences that he was in, the whole part that he was in, that was just brilliant. Then he was, I guess, in the first half, and then the second half they actually go into Vietnam, and then this is really fucked up stuff going on over there. And I think one of the best war movies out there, one of the best Vietnam War movies, especially. I think the best after Apocalypse Now, I'll say. So we'll put it into. Alright, where are we going? It's a certified hood classic. Full Metal Jacket is in the certified hood classic. Next up, Citizen Kane. This is a movie a lot of people call is the greatest movie of all time. Review Passion of the Christ, we're getting to it. It's a pretty good movie, we're getting to it. Citizen Kane. Now, that is a movie that a lot of people call is the greatest movie of all time, which I don't fucking get, because it's not that good of a movie. And maybe it's because of it's because of that pressure that this movie just doesn't fall that well to everyone. But it's a good movie, I think. It's not as good as a lot of other movies, but it's a good movie. It's basically about a guy who uh, who basically from a dying man kind of learns a word called roseblood or something, and then becomes a journalist, becomes a journalist and stuff, and becomes a pretty big guy, becomes a politician, and to find what he was trying to say. And it's a good movie. I think it's a good journey of the character. But would I put it in the number one category? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's not as good as Boss Baby. I gotta admit, it's not as good as Boss Baby 2. It's no Boss Baby 2. So we're gonna put it in nice. It's a nice movie, but it's a very, very overrated, I think. The Third Man was better. Next stop, now we're going to the good stuff. Next stop is The Godfather. And I think I'm just going to put it in the tier, and you guys will see what my reaction would be to that. Okay. We've got the first one in the about to come category finally, and it is The Godfather. And I think it deserves the appreciation that it gets. The Godfather. It's a pretty good journey of where's the music stopped? Where's the music? I need the music, brother. So The Godfather is it's a pretty good movie. It's basically it kind of the performances in this movie are really good. You know, you've got Marlon Brando does a really good job in this. Al Pacino is based as usual, and the journey, the character development of him from going into this level 1 mafia boss to level 100 mafia boss is a pretty good journey. I think that is the best way that I could describe that character journey. Yeah, I think it deserves to be called one of the greatest movies of all time because it is a pretty good movie. And is it as good as Morbius? I don't think so. But it's a pretty good movie. Next up, Grave of the Fireflies. Finally, we've gotten the Grave of the Fireflies. It's the first Ghibli movie that we are rating so far, and the first anime one so far as well. Grave of the Fireflies. That shit broke me. Like literally, like this shit fucking broke me. This is the type of movie that you can watch once and you can never watch it again because that shit hurt. Like it is one of the only movies that made me cry, and no joke about that. That shit actually made me cry. I'm not gonna watch it again. I watched it once, but this is an amazing movie. It's, the plot of the movie is basically there's two children in World War II Japan, and basically the father is in the navy and the mother passed away, and so they're orphaned and they have to go through to Japan in the World War II, and it's a pretty heartbreaking movie, and I think it's the greatest animated movie that has ever been made. So before that, I didn't really like anime that much, but this movie changed my perspective. I was like, nah, they're cooking. The Japanese anime is cooking. So Grave of the Fireflies is gonna go in the hood classic category.
This is a certified hood classic.
So next up, Got a pretty good list. We got a pretty good list here. Howl's Moving Castle. Another Ghibli movie. Howl's Moving Castle is basically it's a bit difficult to explain what this movie is about. Um, so basically, there's this girl. She I don't know. She's Taylor maybe or something, and she gets cursed by a witch, and she gets old. She's like 20s, but she gets old because of the curse. And now she doesn't know how the fuck to break the curse, and she's trying to find Howl to break the curse. And she eventually gets in there in the moving castle, and it's a pretty heartwarming kind of a movie. It's got really great visuals, a world that, especially with a lot of Ghibli movies. If you look at Spirited Away, if you look at uh, maybe My Neighbor Totoro, if you look at Princess Mononoke, the world that Ghibli movies have is it's just amazing. It's second to none. And the world this movie they have created, the creatures that they've created, the imagination that has gone into this movie is just amazing to watch. And so this one is going into a good category. This one is going in nice. Wait, why did I do it? There we go. House Moon Castle. It's in the good category. Nice. He cooked with it, definitely. Miyazaki cooked. Miyazaki definitely cooked. Next up is a 1946 movie, The Best Years of Our Lives. It is basically a post-war movie about about different people who actually fought in the World War II, and now it's their journey to fit back into the world, fit back into the real world, and the challenges that they're facing to do that. The personal life. There's one character who got married and his wife doesn't love him. The second guy, he's a kind of banker and just trying to fit in there, and one guy just loses his arm, so now he has to live with that. And it's a pretty good movie, I think. The personal life that it's showing, it does a pretty good job, and I think it gives a pretty good perspective into what kind of misinput, misinput. I wasn't about to come, but this is a pretty good movie. I think it gives the perspective of the post-war fitting in the real world kind of category, and we're gonna put it into food classic.
This is a certified hood classic.
Next up is Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. How does first of all, the theme song by John Williams it's pretty fucking bass, especially with Darth Vader. That should slap. Darth Vader got a pretty rad theme. And Amuse Dragonfly says Revenge of the Sith better than Empire, not gonna lie. And you're the first one who I've seen with this opinion after me, because you're absolutely right. Revenge of the Sith is better. It just gets shit because it's in a shitty trilogy, but Revenge of the Sith is definitely better. The Empire Strikes Back is not bad though. It's a pretty good movie. The ending of the ending of it is pretty fucking amazing, and I think the overall journey is pretty good, especially the incest going on between Skywalker and Princess Leia. That was interesting. And is this the one where where Princess Leia it has become a slave or something, or is it the next one? Hold on, let me check. Let me goon, guys. Let me goon. Let me goon, guys. Nah, it wasn't after that, I think. It was after that. Never mind. Never mind. Empire Strikes Back is a pretty good movie. It's got, if you look at any of the fantasy movies, it's got the typical kind of a theme of the good versus bad, in which you'll find a lot of the theme between. You'll find the theme in Lord of the Rings. You'll find the theme in Harry Potter, and you'll find the theme in Star Wars as well. The good versus bad. And so Empire Strikes Back is it's a pretty enjoyable movie, and yeah, I think I'll put it in. Is indeed a hood classic.
This is a certified hood classic.
Also, Harrison Ford has not changed his acting style in, I guess, I don't know how fucking long. Like he's doing the same acting since I don't know how long, and even in his real life is doing the same stuff. If you see that every single movie he's the same character. The kind of a snobby, the guy who hates life, but he's there. He's still badass. Next up, Spirited Away, another Ghibli movie, probably the most well known in its category. Probably the most well known of Ghibli. Spirited Away. It's basically about. It's basically about a girl who with her family reaches into this cursed kind of a place with a cursed kind of, I don't know what's it called, amusement park, where she meets a lot of spirits, and she meets that flying guy as well, and probably the best character, the most interesting character of the movie is the Faceless, who basically has this kind of a character journey. That initially he's got no friends. He's like a Discord mod, and he thinks that he's basically a simp. Honestly, he's a simp. Let's be honest. He thinks that he can give all his gold to this girl, and he can buy her friendship. But he gets to know that it's not that simple. She doesn't want her money. She just her parents are pigs, not like literal pigs, and she wants them to turn into humans. She doesn't want the money, and he gets that realization and just snaps. And it's a I think it was inspired by a lot of simps, a lot of Twitch simps. And I think this is why I think it does a really good job of showing the Discord mods. It does a really good job. Of course, it's an underage girl, and of course, there's the faceless guy. So that's why I think I'm gonna put this in. We're putting this in the hood classic.
This is a certified hood classic.
Spirited Away also in the hood classic. Let's go. Next up is, how long we got? Oh, we got a fuck ton of movie, guys. We got a fuck ton of movies. There's a lot of movies to go. We won't be doing it today. We won't be completing it today, but let's go. Let's start with Raging Bull. Raging Bull is, I think so far this is the first Martin Scorsese movie that we're reviewing, and it's got the team. It's got Robert De Niro. It's got Joe Pesci. and Raging Bull is it's a good movie. I think it's probably one of the best sports movies that I've seen. It's a kind of non-typical sports movie, because in most of the sports movies there's just always good guy versus bad guy, and good guy just somehow wins. But this is a kind of an anti of that. Raging Bull. It's not Rocky. It's anti-Rocky, I guess. And of course, he's also a wife beater. That's why I think the wife beating stuff really made this movie exceptional, because I could relate to a lot of it. Not the wife beating part, but yes, maybe. But anyways, Raging Bull is it's a good movie. It's pretty long. It's pretty fucking long. I think the one time is pretty fucking long. But Raging Bull, we're gonna putting it in nice category.
This is a
Going to the nice category. Yapping the stream. I told you guys, it is yapping. It is a lot of yapping. Holy shit, there's been a lot of yapping. I've been yapping for the last hour. Next up, Paths of Glory. Okay, so Paths of Glory. It's one of the first, I think. It's one of the first well-known Stanley Kubrick movies. Paths of Glory. It's basically about. It's basically kind of about based on World War One. The French, it's French army. The French army's generals kind of tell their soldiers that, hey, you should go on a suicide mission on the top to a German base, and everyone tells them this is a terrible idea, but they're like, no, we have to do this, and you will get a lot of promotion if we do this. And that's why the colonel is like, all right, we'll fucking try. And it is a suicide mission. Everyone dies. And then of course and then because of that, the generals, because they want to defend themselves, they want to be they kind of want to defend themselves and want to make someone else a scapegoat, which is pretty typical in any government level thing, anywhere where there's power involved. They make a scapegoat of them, and that's what they do. They make every soldier. I think they make like hundreds of soldiers as scapegoats. So, Paths of Glory, I think it's a pretty good movie. It's I watched Anime to Bully Weeps More Accurately just gave us 20 Indian rupees. So thanks for that. I will eat what we get from 20 Indian rupees. I can get a chips. I can get chips from that, or probably I can get water because I need it right now. In Paths of Glory, it's a pretty good movie. It lays with that. I will at least lays with that. That's a good idea. I will do that. So we're gonna be putting Paths of Glory into Hood Classic.
This is a certified hood classic.
Next up, Shutter Island. Shutter Island. Now it's crazy that Christopher Nolan made Inception and Shutter Island in the same year. It's actually crazy. It's actually mind-boggling that he did that in a single year, and with the same actor, Leonardo DiCaprio. He did two movies in the same year, which is crazy. And hold on, wait. How did he do that? which Scorsese made Shutter Island. That was a I thought it was a Nolan movie. It didn't really look like a Scorsese movie, but it is. It is a Scorsese movie, and I guess I'm gonna get a lot of heat on this one because I actually like this movie. Um, it's a pretty good movie, to be honest. Like it's got a pretty good twist. Kind of fucks up your mind of what the fuck just happened. And the overall movie kind of does a pretty good job at building up to that stage. And the acting was pretty good by DiCaprio. So I'm gonna put it in. And they also had Hulk in the movie for some reason. Like he too was in this movie. Shutter Island is going in
This is a certified hood classic.
is going in the hood classic. Next up is Jaws. So Jaws is it's a Steven Spielberg movie, and it's kind of got like two halves. After the first half is kind of there's the thrill of the shark. It's a shark, right? Or is it? It's a dog. No, it's a shark. And there's a thrill of the shark. Where did I send this beggar? Penis spectrum 22p. I'm not even begging for it, bro. Shut up. Anyways, Jaws is a good movie. The thrill of the shark being here, the shark being existing. That is a bit of a bra moment. It's building that up. The thrill is being built up, and then the second half in which they're trying to search for the whale, and they eventually find it, and they're like, "Fuck, what do we do with it?" And yeah, of course, spoiler alert. They do win. The shark doesn't eat them. I'm not sure. I think the whale. Is it a whale or a shark? What's the difference between a whale and a shark? Oh hell no. It's a shark. It's a shark. What's the difference between them? Bro. So it's a good movie. I think with any other Steven Spielberg movie that I feel like Spielberg movies are very blockbuster type of movies. He does a good job in making a good movie. Can you make a really good movie? I don't think so. But he makes a good movie. He makes a good blockbuster movie. And Jaws also does that. Jaws also is a good blockbuster type of thriller kind of a movie. And it's not very thought provoking, but it's fun. It's fun to watch. Jaws is going nice category. Next up is Snatch. It's a comedy movie. It's full of British people and a lot of British accent. And the worst, I wouldn't say the worst, but the most accurate British accent is actually done by an American guy, which is Brad Pitt. Because you can't understand a single word that he gets out of his mouth in this movie. He actually does a pretty good job at that. It's an enjoyable movie. It's a movie by Guy Ritchie, which he's got that kind of a director. He's got the type of director thing that is he makes some pretty enjoyable movies. The style that he's got, the director's style that he got. Aside from that, I also like Edgar Wright. He's also got that specific director style that's really kind of quick type of action. And Guy Ritchie has the same thing. The scenes kind of go in pretty quickly, and the story kind of progresses pretty quickly at that. and Snatch is a good kind of comedy movie. Like you can kind of shut off your brain and enjoy that. We're gonna put it in. Also, next up is the Princess Mononoke, which is probably gonna be the last of today's stream, and we'll be doing the next stream tomorrow. The Princess Mononoke. It's another Ghibli movie, and it's a pretty dark movie, to be honest. One of the best Ghibli movies out there. It's about can't really remember what it's about, but it's basically Princess Mononoke. Hold on, I'll have to Google it. I've watched the movie, but it's been some time since I've watched this movie. So basically, it's better than Spirited Away. Yeah, it's definitely better than Spirited Away. It's basically a kind of an environmentalist type of a movie, and you can again see a lot of inspirations of this movie to a lot of future kind of movies as well. And yeah, I think we're gonna put it in the hood classic category. It's been some time since I watched this movie, so this is over.
This is a certified hood classic.
Put a lot of Ghibli movies there, man. Next up is The Shining. Now The Shining is, in my opinion, is probably the greatest horror movie that has ever existed. The build up to that, the build up to the horror, the build up to the thrill of what is going on. There's this mysteriousness, and I think it does a really good job in creating this horror, which is not very like you can't see any kind of a jump scare in it, but it's got the psychotic breakdown. The dude is having a proper psychotic breakdown. Jack Nicholson does a pretty fucking amazing job at it. Like slowly but gradually, just keeps going and going. And then we've of course got the kid with the red drum, which I don't know why the kid has got a red drum, but he's got a red drum, and he really likes the red drum. And for some reason he's telepathing with a very distant kind of a black guy. For some reason they're telepathically communicating, which is The Shining. But it's fun. It's a pretty good movie. It's a pretty good horror movie. I think it's the best in that category. And Stanley Kubrick, I think this is his magnum opus. I don't think he's made something on that level. Stephen King kind of dislikes this movie for some reason, which in my opinion is the best adaptation of his movies. There's so many scenes in it that are like if you compare it with a lot of other Stanley Kubrick's works, like 2001: Space Odyssey, you see a lot of inspirations from those as well. And on like a cinematic level, it's a pretty beautiful movie to watch. And then the kind of build up to everything happening, the red rum kind of thing, the blood kind of flowing in. It's a really great movie. So it's in my opinion it is one of my favorite movies. So I'm gonna put this in. This is the second one. Is it a Morbius? No, it's not Morbius level, but we're gonna put it in the Umberto. So we're gonna close it with the about to come. We'll start off tomorrow with Big Lebowski, and so far this is a tier list. And about to come, we got The Godfather and The Shining. In the hood classic, we got Amores Perros, Die Hard, How to Train Your Dragon, These Nuts, Psycho, Lion King, Django, Matrix, Full Metal Jacket, Grave of the Fireflies, Best Years of Our Lives, Empire Strikes Back, Spirited Away, Paths of Glory, Shutter Island, and Princess Mononoke, which are in the
This is a certified hood classic.
And in the nice category, we've got Wall-E, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Oldboy, Wages of Fear, Amelie, Exorcist, Rear Window, Mad Max, Citizen Kane, Howl's Moving Castle, Raging Bull, Jaws, and Snatch. That's going in the nice category. Then we've got It's Alright, we've got The Apartment, Before Sunrise, V for Vendetta, and Sherlock Jr.
I mean, it's alright, like.
It's an alright movie. Then we've got Fart, which so far it's only Some Like It Hot, but we'll have more entries into that tier list as well. And so far we don't have any Stinky Boopy or Get Out, but we're gonna get that. We're gonna get those as well. So that's about it for today's stream. Tomorrow we'll continue with the rest of the tier list. See you next time. Bye bye.
Come a long way since the garage.
Gotta say, it's fantastic.
Say that again?
It's fantastic.
Yes, it is. Guys, I got it. Ready? Yeah.